What does it mean to be resilient as an entrepreneur? Has the daily grind of your business got you down? Are you still working too many hours and not earning enough money? Is work impacting everything? These are all of the things that happen to entrepreneurs as they start their own business. You know it if you've done it. So how do you remain resilient in the face of this onslaught? It's hard. By the end of this video, you're going to know the steps you need to take to be resilient as an entrepreneur. The first step that you want to do is take action. Do it, like Nike says. Build strength, take action, right? This can be hard to do when we're entrepreneurs or when you're moving into space. You're always breaking down barriers. You're always moving into new frontiers. It can become exhausting. Sometimes you just look at something and you think, oh man, I don't know if I can take that leap. For me, my big leap was honestly actually just becoming an entrepreneur. I had been laying in my deathbed, confronting my death when I realized I wanted to start my own company. I had never done it. And that gave me the catalyst to do it. I started a company the moment I could get out of my bed. And I became a business owner, an entrepreneur. I was excited. It was fun. I started building this company, and that built some momentum. But my fear in taking action held me back for years because I refused to just do it. So, if there is something in your business, maybe you have even started already, but you're seeing a space in your business that needs attention. You're seeing a way that you can automate or add to your team or build. These are all things that come up, but you're really scared to take action because you don't have the money, you don't know how to scale. Start figuring it out. Do it. Take action, and everything will follow. The second thing that you want to do is offer compassion and grace to yourself. This is a hard road. Every entrepreneur you will ever talk to will tell you this is hard work. I don't know anyone that has started their own business and said, oh, it was a breeze. It just fell in my lap. I just made tons of money. My time was great. It takes deep understanding of yourself. It takes compassion and grace for all the mistakes you're going to make, because you're going to make a million of them. And that's okay. So when you're scared to move, when you're not acting in the way that you think is best, when you're falling behind or you're too busy, you still haven't figured out how to limit your time so that you can balance your life, give yourself compassion and grace and keep trying. Don't give up. This will allow you to really excel and become resilient to all the changes that are going to continue to come your way. Because when we fall off the wagon and beat ourselves up, it gets to be a grind. And I'll tell you, when I started my own company, that first company, I was terrified of failure. And I started working hard, and the first year was fantastic. I ended up taking my kids to Hawaii for 2 months. We lived in Hawaii. I could work anywhere. We had a great Christmas. We had all this stuff. And then sales started to dry up. I needed to make some changes in my business. I knew some of the ones that I could do, but I felt nervous. I was scared to take action. I felt like maybe I wasn't good enough. I was frustrated with some of the mistakes I had made in marketing and where I had spent my money. And all of these things came on, and I just beat myself up. And rather than allowing me to take more action, this limited me. So that takes us to our third step, which is don't shy away from your failures. There's going to be many failures. That's just the nature of life, isn't it? And it's the same in business. As an entrepreneur, the ones that I see who are the most successful and the most resilient and the most joyous in their business embrace their failures as opportunities. They do not see them as embarrassments, but as chances to learn, to dive in, to fix their direction, to change course, to make improvements, right? These are the things we need to do. In my space, when I started my first business that failed dramatically, I did not dive into my failures. I was embarrassed by them. My sales weren't dried up. They weren't happening. I wasn't figuring out how to close deals. The market had changed. My equipment that I was selling wasn't moving. There was a lot of things that were going on and that I was failing at. And rather than discussing it or figuring out ways to get help, I just hunkered down, kept my nose to the grindstone, and kept trying to generate money in the same old way that had worked for the first year. It was a big mistake, but I wasn't ready to face it. And so my resiliency diminished because I was carrying a weight that I couldn't share. And that brings me to the fourth step, which is really important for all of us, is finding like-minded people that are in your space to talk to for support. So you know you aren't alone. You're going to hit challenges. You're going to encounter things that you have to do to scale up or adapt to customer needs or provide faster product or automate. There are so many things that you will see and encounter that will be new to you and challenging in different ways with all the work that you're carrying, that it can overwhelm us completely and shut us down so that we are frozen, fight, flight, fawn, unable to act. But if you have some people that you can then reach out to after you've gone through these steps and say, hey man, I'm right here. This is what's going on with me. Have you encountered this before? You will find solutions. You'll find emotional support. You'll find people that are willing to jump in and help you out in various ways. And that synergy will give you that focus, lift, and really the energy you need to keep going when things get really tough. I wish I'd done that. I didn't. And my business failed in 3 years, dramatically. Completely dried up. I couldn't do anything. And these are the things that I failed to do, that I talk to other entrepreneurs over and over again about what they did to be successful. This is what I wish I had done. So if you want to be resilient as an entrepreneur, follow these 4 steps. Figure it out. Make yourself somebody that can take action, offer yourself grace, readjust, dive into your failures, and look for support when you need it. You are not alone in this. Being alone beats up your own resilience. So before you go, there is one more thing that I want to share with you that is outside these steps. It's not part of these steps because I think it's actually a methodology of moving through life and creating resilience that is foundational, and it is about gratitude. You must start from a place of gratitude. It can be overwhelming when you start your new business. Cash can be tight. People are making demands. You're not sure how you're going to put food on the table the next day. I don't know what it is you're facing. But entrepreneurs face it. Front line, it's coming at them, right? So if that's you, if you're sitting in this place, it can be very easy to fall from a place of excitement and gratitude that you may have felt when you started your business, that you have forgotten in the grind of the daily existence of what you're doing. When you begin to feel scarcity, when you begin to feel pressure, when you begin to feel overwhelmed, when you begin to feel these obstacles are too much for you, that's the moment you reach out, right? That's the moment that you go through these steps. But the mindset that you have inside of you that allows you to feel gratitude will allow all of these processes to move smoothly, and it lubricates. It's like a catalyst. They use catalysts in refining in oil and gas. And if they want a higher octane level, the catalyst has to be really good. It's made of platinum. Gratitude is your platinum catalyst. It'll make all of this better. It'll make all of this smoother. When you have that mindset with you, bringing it to the table, man, it lights everything up. So if you are not in a space of gratitude before you start this, sit down, make a list of the things that really light your heart up. Be very, very specific and conscious about how you can understand this opportunity that you have is unique to you. So few people start their own business. So few people have the courage to do that. You do. Be grateful for that. Thanks for tuning in. If you have some ideas of how to be resilient, I would love to hear them. And stick around, because being an entrepreneur is scary work. And I think maybe you want to know how I made fear my friend so I could overcome some of these things that I initially failed on. Like, subscribe, follow. I'm James Burnham. Thanks for hanging out.